How's it going, mates? This is Mrjacharles, and we're back with Monster Sweethearts, episode 94. Yeah, that's right. I know the episode now. Do you know why? I'm actually counting down the episodes to 100. Literally, before we did this behind the scenes thing, I thought, okay, I've run out of time. There's no way I'm going to make it to 100. I mean, Chloe Spencer, the only other person that I think did anything near, well, not even near, but the only person that actually did a significant amount of Monster Sweetheart episodes. She's done 30 or 40 parts. I don't even know how I've done 80 parts. But now I'm going to stretch these episodes as long as I can, just so I can get 100. This is going to be the 100 episode Let's Play. Just you watch. I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about sandwich. I'm going to talk about, I don't know, this chocolate bar that I have right now. You see this? This was squashed in my bag for a year now, and I just discovered it in my work bag, and it's the tastiest goddamn thing ever. That's right, you're hearing about a used chocolate bar I'm eating right now, because Jesus Christ, I want a 100 episode Let's Play. But I am actually going to have to do some of the game content, so I guess I'm going to go through it. I mean, there's this, and there is still a Xanth reading. But I've got a feeling there's not going to be enough time for 100 episodes still, but I'm still going to try. I'm still going to goddamn try. Anyway, Blackwood Falls. The town itself is decades old, used to be a mining town, till an accident left everyone scurrying back to safer lands and others deceased. Okay, but as time went on, things settled, but the population went from to something little more than a hamlet. Okay, that's where we got to before. I did rewind a bit if you got confused there, because, again, I'm so desperate for that 100. I shouldn't even be. I should just let the game play naturally. But now I'm going to have to comment on, the whiteness of the screen or some shit. Anyway, okay, I'll take things a little more seriously now. A little. A lot of the old houses have been transformed into sorority houses, even if they're far from campus. I guess it gives more traffic to the stores in between the houses to classes, which is the most traffic they've gotten in the last years. I know, Lonely said that they write and read too fast and all that crap. Why do they keep making some errors twice, though? That's the second or third time I've seen, or at least the second or third time, that I've seen witch being spelt like witch, like a haha, I'm on a broom witch. Or is that some kind of lesbian 1600s reference? We don't know, it could be. Anyway, in addition, a old ice cream shop that animals used to home in is now a coffee shop. Did the animals sell the ice cream? Okay, cool. It makes me think why they would build this university in the first place, considering its size, should be for a city, not some hick town, but without it, I wouldn't have an education so close to home. Yes, okay. What's even stranger is that some of the people I've seen there I haven't seen before, and I lived here even all my life. It's really hard to get stuff right when you spell I've wrong. How could you spell I've that wrong? I mean, that does look like fast typing, so that's fair. The only explanation I have is that there is scarred homes around Blackwood. What does that even mean? Were these homes in Vietnam? Do they have Vietnam flashbacks? Also, what the hell is theirs? Theirs? Okay. I also like the addition of explanation. It's like expansion and explanation put together. Expanding and explanation. And explanation. I might use that just to confuse someone one day. But were the only town in Miles, they can't all be hermits. That's oh my god, that's self-sustaining. What the hell are you on about? The only town in Wales, they can't all be hermits. That's self-sustain? Is that what that's meant to be? That doesn't even look anything like sustain. You got the first 4 letters right, and then you just gave up and died on the keyboard. And it's rude to ask a stranger where they live. Well, at least that's a normal sentence. After a few more minutes, I arrive at the university centre already in the early morning, bustling with students. As I'm entering the 2 front doors, I'm stopped by the school's newspaper runner with a flyer in her hand. Hey there, Jalen. Taylor. We both are getting our English degrees, and we know each other's form class, but she... Oh, you trademarked she as well, have you? Here's the thing. If you're really writing and reading too fast, how can you keep making the same errors? Like, I don't even know how to get a trademark symbol on my computer. And yet, like... You've done it 3 times now, and it's always next to a euro. Or it's a euro trademarked or something. How do you do that? How can you make like this many mistakes but keep pressing the euro key? At least make, like, I don't know, like a percent key or something somewhere. Okay, with someone I never have seen before. Are you... Oh, this is going to be Xanthe, isn't it? Because Taylor and Xanth were outside that university. Is this replicating that scene, I guess? With that awesome music? Are you planning on going to the Monster Sweetheart dance? Last year we had a major Christmas dance. I think the school is doing a special dance each year, and October is Comb HG up next month. Though, last year I was dragged by Blake to the dance with Lexi and Sierra. I had more fun than expected, but this dance seems to have romantic connotations, rather than just a Christmas theme. I mean, it's a monster dance, I suppose, because isn't it a Halloween dance? Or am I wrong in thinking that? Because I know it's a monster dance, so it has to be something like Halloween themed. But is it taking place in like Valentine's Day or something, or is it a Halloween thing? I don't know. I don't know what month it is. Although Grand Theft Auto was released October, so maybe it is. Or I don't know. I'm thinking into this too much. I don't think I can go with friends this time around. It would be awkward and may give off the wrong message about our relationship. I don't have anyone to go with. Oh dear. Taylor looks at me with surprise, and the stranger smiles with glee. This is Xanthe getting ready to kill us now. Remember? Because this is the draft version. And in the draft version, Xanthe wants to kill us out of some kind of sick sense of humour. Taylor, you don't need anyone to go with Jaylene. You go with Blake and the other girls. Well, I'll definitely go. I'll go Gadget if I have to. Jaylene, or Jaylene now, it should have been Jaylin, but we're changing that too. I mean, isn't it more romantic this time around? The stranger does a little chuckle. Taylor just sighs. Taylor, doesn't mean you... Wait, why is Taylor there now? But it wasn't there with Sierra and the other stuff. Okay, it's just a draft, Mr. Charles, calm down. Doesn't mean you can't go with friends, no offense. But have you seen some of the people here? If it was solely... So that's not how you spell solely. I don't know. It's not. You need an either. Romantic. No one would come. Taylor laughs while the stranger lowers her eyes and looks towards me. Stranger, I can always help. You met your monster sweetheart if you need me to. Even though, you know, I guess it's a monster dance. So that actually makes some sense. But still, she's an actual monster. I hold back a blush, and Taylor starts pushing the stranger away from me. Taylor, you're not playing matchmaker. It turned out to be Diaster last time. I mean, that's probably more like an There's nothing wrong with but still, I made it sound really awkward. Stranger, what? And you're using a semicolon. What? That's not fair. It's my only talent. It's not my scene. Taylor, not your scene? You had a blast at the last party with all the other girls. Jaylene, well, this dance has romantic connotations, and romance is my thing. Stranger, boys aren't my scene either. I'm not able to hold my blush, and Taylor can't eye her. Alright, cool, great. I mean, there is some bits about this that I prefer over the main story. I mean, for example, Xanth sounds more like Xanth in this. And, like, before, she was, like, super shy. And I know she, like, comes out to us some whispers and all that, and that's meant to be seductive and all that. And it was cute, don't get me wrong. But there wasn't really much cheekiness to her, which you see in, like, her playthrough. Anyway, Taylor, alright, let's go, Xanth, no more. Xanth, what all I stated was a fact. Why is there a question mark next to Xanth? Does Xanth say it? I don't know. Taylor, she didn't mean it like that. Xanth smiles and goes along with Taylor's pushing. Xanth, do you know her better than me? Is that a question? There's no question mark this time, but what does that mean? Taylor blushed even harder and walks faster. Totally. I lied. Taylor's face lights up and the stranger looks away uninterested. Uninterested. Uninterested? She's uninterested. Taylor, who are you going with? I didn't think this far. Oh, shit. Taylor, Lexi, Blake, Sierra, Jaylene. I'm utterly offended you would think I would ever go with Sierra to a dance. I mean, doesn't she just, like, stare at people in the distance and be all weird? Sounds like a fun date. Taylor, you don't need to go with a romantic partner. You can just go with a friend. The stranger leason into Taylor's ears both sides and whispers something, but not quite enough for me not to hear. Stranger, wait, why is she called Stranger again if we know her name's Xanth now? Oh my god, I gotta be honest, this is a goldmine for me. I'm probably enjoying it slightly more than the actual, like, opening of the game. I shouldn't, but I do. I wish there was some images now. Stranger, I can go with her if she doesn't have any friends, or if she doesn't have any friends. Sounds like a southerner now. Taylor looks at her in anger, while the stranger snickers. Taylor, that's so mean, Xanth. Xanth, what? It was a generous offer. Taylor then pushes Xanth away from me and offers me a smile. Taylor, see you later, Jaylene, and don't mind Xanth, she's just rude. Yet, but absolutely sexy. Xanth huffs Adden Leeson into Taylor's pushing, making Taylor walk her harder to push her away from him. I check the time as I continue on my way to my class, finally making it without any hitch for the first time. Sorry. I find it hilarious that this is a fucking mess of a sentence, and yet the next sentence is basically perfect, save a random space before the I, and maybe I'd add a full stop if it was me, but that's not a critical thing. As I see, I notice an unfamiliar face sitting next to me. Someone who most definitely, that's a normal way of spelling it. Sorry, I'm expecting spelling errors now. Doesn't look interested in English. She has her feet up upon the desk with her arms crossed. She notices me staring and stares right back with an undeniable force that's hard to look away from. Are you new here? The girl huffs and ignores the questions altogether, looking away. Not taken too kindly to be ignored, I repeat the question. Hey, I asked you something. If you're new, you're gonna be needing notes. She looks back my way. And here I thought English majors were quiet ones, but in fact, they're annoying little shits. Anger is mustering inside me. Hey, I was just trying to help. And you're one to call another a annoying little shit. She has a fierce anger in her eyes. Line. A name is shouted. Is it? I mean, there's no explanation mark there, but okay. She could just be saying, line. Because, Cassandra doesn't want any of that shit. But I guess she's been stuck with her. A name is shouted and the stranger look up towards the sheriff. You're not supposed to be here. Line isn't your class. I know being in the wrong class is bad, but does it warrant the sheriff coming over? Apparently so. I mean, Lion is dangerous. She's an alien. And also, this is just crazy right now. What's it to you? It's everything to Mr. Now. Come with me if you don't want your parole to get nay longer. Nay longer. She grunts as she stands up and leaves, not even glancing a look my way. I'm just grateful I can finally be left alone for the mooring. You don't belong here. Her face turns into a smirk and okay, and says plainly, I don't belong anywhere. This is so funny. I don't know why. I'm having the time of my life. I don't be gone. Can you imagine it's like actually building that up? Like, there's this confrontation going on. She looks Jaylene right into the eyes, plainly and seriously, and I'm gonna say what's on my mind here. And she comes out with, I don't belong anywhere. Oh, this is platinum. I love platinum more than gold. Platinum is the best. Oh. The she stares to the front. The she. What the fuck is the she? The she. What is the she? Okay, you missed an important note, right? I panic and look forward, only to see that the professor isn't even here, ye. She snickers, I blush. Line. A name is shouted, and the stranger look up towards the sheriff. You're not supposed to be here. Line just isn't your class. Wait, so is Line a university student? I mean, it makes sense why she'd be here, but if she's on the run and kind of on parole, is she allowed to go uni? I mean, I don't know. She probably does. It's just kind of interesting to me. I know being in the wrong class is bad, but Wait, we already read this. Wasn't the sheriff coming over? What's it to you? It's everything to Mr. Yeah, we did this. It's just repeat. I didn't press back or anything. Grant's not even glancing a look my way. I'm just grateful I'm going to be left alone for the morning. Have a staring contest. Alright, cool. So for some reason, it looped. I stare intensely into her eyes, making intention clear. She looks surprised for a second before grinning, linneaing near me. She doesn't, I can't say dunced, because it doesn't even look like dunced. It just looks like doesn't, but, you know, the letters are, maybe I'm dyslexic, I'm not, but I feel it sometimes when I play this game. She doesn't even flinch after seconds, while my eyes start to water. I see her grin getting bigger. Winnie, I'm near closing my eyes, but she blinks away when her name is shouted. The stranger look up towards the sheriff. You're not supposed to be here, Line. This isn't your class. You said this like 3 or 4 times. Or is this meant to be like the drafts of the Line scene? I mean, you would have thought like 3 or 4 times after a police officer, or at the very least a sheriff, and they might be the same thing, or they might be slightly different. But regardless, an officer of the law tells you 3 times that you're not meant to be in the class, and you're still there. You're somehow allowed to rewind time. I'm guessing this is one of their alien abilities? I don't know. I mean, it beats eating the head off of a guy, but whatever. I know being in the wrong class is bad, but does it warrant the sheriff coming over? What's it to you? It's everything to Mr. Now coming. Oh, don't loop it again. Grunts away, turns away. I enjoy. Unlike most people, I greatly enjoy college. I loved learning there since I was a kid. And English, for me, is a great subject. I love analyzing text, and in real life, I love analyzing people, and I'm pretty good at it. I almost always write when it comes to people, emotion, and feelings. Even though I don't try and judge a book by its cover, but I can tell some's whoop by just cooking at them. Alright, so because you cook people in the Somme or some shit, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Since I was young, I read books since I was often sick and back there. Technology isn't where it is today, so games weren't an option. Being Christian Bale to go to different worlds and times was fascinating. Comapred to my empty hospital room. Don't forget to finish your essay on the reading this month. While most grown, I smile since I already finished the essay within Okay, so I guess this is the playthrough where Jayleen's meant to be like a bookworm, a nerd. It's done a bit too much here, so I can see why this didn't make it. Though it's that or having friends, if I'm being honest. Well, I can relate. Out of the 3 girls I leave with, Blake is the only one who goes out of her EA to spend time with me. Nonetheless, I'm fine with being alone. I've been alone in hospital with old people dying around me. That's pleasant. I can handle it now as an average year old. As an average year... What's an average year old? Doesn't that mean she's like 40 or something? I mean, in fairness, didn't we prove that because this game is set in, like, 2000s, they'd be, like, 40 now or some crap? I mean, I don't know. I make my way out to the courtyard, my classes of the day being Finsihead, minding my own business, like Uzal, then suddenly I hear my name being called. Jaylene! I turn just in time to see a body hurtling towards me. Purple and red splatters shows up with text explaining the option to the players. Oh, okay, I guess this is like an action, so we're going to be seeing action saying like, oh, it's truth or... No, what was it? Instinct or truth or something? Or, I don't know. You know the thing where it's either like, you can do based on like what you think's the right thing versus what's the best thing to do instinctively? Like one of those things. I remember this scene. Maybe I need a moment. I mean, to be fair, it's been about 20 minutes for me. So you know what? seeing as Victoria's coming in now, we're going to have like all the scenes with Victoria, I'm going to end the episode here. I'm getting there. We're on episode 94. 95 is coming up. I may be able to make it. I'm very desperate. And to be fair, me reading this as if like I'm some kind of drunk, I don't know, I don't want to offend anyone, but I want to say retard. Some kind of drunk idiot. I'll say idiot instead. Yeah, it's the best thing ever. I'm so enjoying my time right now. But yeah, if you want to play the game for yourself and you want to enjoy being an absolute idiot with me, there will be a link to the game in the description down below. And without further ado, look at my screaming channel. Until next time, see ya.